Welcome to the session in Approaches to Testing. At the end of this session, students will be able to explain the Big Bang and total quality management approach of testing. Let us move for introductory part. Software testing methodologies are the various strategies or approaches used to test an application to ensure it behaves and looks as expected. Under this particular topic, we are discussing Big Bang approach and total quality management approach. So the characteristics of Big Bang approach involves testing software system after development work is completed. So this is also termed system testing or final testing done before releasing software to the customer for acceptance testing. And the very important role here, that is the testing is the last part of software development as per waterfall methodologies. So the approach may differ significantly as per customer requirement and type of the system being developed. Now, in Big Bang approach of testing, Big Bang testing is an approach in which all software components are combined at once and make a complicated system. This testing is an integration testing strategy wherein all units are linked at once and resulting a complete system. In this approach, final testing done before releasing software to the customer. So when this type of testing strategy is adopted, it is difficult to isolate any errors found because attention is not paid to verifying the interface across individual units. Okay. So the Big Bang approach is a method of testing that presupposes simultaneous checking of all system components. Its main benefit is that the tester can inspect the work of the whole system and its components. So defects present at the interfaces of components are identified at very late stage as all components are integrated in one shot. So it is very difficult to cover all the cases for integration testing without missing even a single scenario. Here, the Big Bang approach has main thrust of black box testing of software to ensure that the requirements as defined and documented in requirement specification and design specifications are met successfully. Testing done at the end of development cycle may show the defects pertaining to any phase of the development such as requirement, design and coding, and roughly saying the phase wise defect originations follows in following table. So in the table you can observe as per the waterfall model, at the phase 1 you can able to get around 50 approximately 58% of defects. Then in the design phase approximately 35% of defects can able to found, and in the coding 5%, and for other we can say 2% of defects can able to calculate. Now in the total quality management approach, TQM can be defined as a management technique for improving processes, products, services and other approaches associated with the product. So if there is a process defining for testing software and these processes are optimized and capable, that is no defects are product and very few undetected defects are left in the software when it is delivered to the customer. So this approach is optimized and capable, and here you can no defects are produced. Fine. And defect removal cost is approximately 10 times more after coding than before coding. So this is a cost associated with fixing the problem belonging to requirement, design, coding, etc. Okay. If the organization has very good processes defined which are optimized and capable and can produce consistent result again and again, then it gives advantage in productivity and effectiveness in development. So this is TQM against Big Bang approach. So following figure is very famous cost triangle defined by TQM. So here you can able to find different stages and cost associated with these stages. If you are looking stage 0, there may be a stage of maturity in an organization where no verification validation is required to certify the product quality, and the cost involved is 0. Next, stage 1. Even if some defects are produced during any stage of development in such quality environment, then an organization may have very good verification process which may detect the defects as the earliest possible stage and prevents defect percolations. Okay. And if we are moving for the stage 2, if some defects escape the verification process, still there is a capable validation process for filtering the defects before the product goes to customer, right? And cost of validation and subsequent defect fixing is much higher than verification. With the same way, if you are moving for stage 3, at the bottom of this particular pyramid there is the highest cost associated with the defects found by the customer during production or acceptance testing, and this is represented by 1000, showing the cost paid for fixing such defect is huge. So here there is a question regarding previous slide. Please go through with this and pause your video and write your answer. Your answer is, that is, cost associated with improving the quality or cost of confirmation is called the cost of good quality, and it is the component of the cost of quality. The cost of quality can be used a standard measure to study an organization's performance. Fine. Now we are moving regarding the TQM in cost perspective. TQM aims to reduce the cost of development and cost of quality through continuous improvement. And even here we have the 3 parts, that is TQM costs incurred in development and quality into 3 parts, like green money, blue money and red money. So one by one we are looking what exactly these different 3 definitions regarding the development and quality cost. Green money, that is called as a cost of prevention, that is green money is considered as an improvement by the organization is doing quality work. It is a cost spent in definition of processes, training people, developing foundation for quality. It gives return on investment and includes all prevention based cost. Regarding blue money or cost of appraisal, blue money is a cost incurred by the organization during development in the form of first time review which gets return in future. It does not earn profit, but it is an essential part of development process to ensure the process capability. And next, that is red money or cost of failure. Red money is a pure loss for the organization. It involves money lost in scrap, rework, sorting, etc. It also represents loss due to various wastage products during development life cycle and directly reduces the profit for the organization, and the customer may not pay for it. Fine. And here we have the different characteristics of Big Bang approach. We can have the number of characteristics, like testing is the last phase of development life cycle when everything is finalized, and heavy cost and efforts of testing are seen at the end of software development life cycle, representing Big Bang approach. Second, like Big Bang approach is characterized by huge rework, retesting, scrap of software components and programs after the complete software is built. So there may be a special team created to fix defects found in programs after the complete software is built. And there is one more characteristics here we can go through with, that is regression testing reveals many issues as correctness may not be correct but may introduce some defects in the product. There are many interdependencies between the various entities while building software product, and these may get affected adversely, right? And all requirements and design cannot be covered in testing. So as the schedule of delivery is fixed and development generally lags behind the schedule, thus huge ad hoc explanatory monkeys and random testing is done as the part of testing, and testing is done in a hurry and may interaction of defects fixing and testing are done in the shortest possible time, and the major part of the software build never gets tested as coverage cannot be guaranteed in random testing. So software is generally tested by ad hoc methods and intuitions of testers. Generally positive testing is done to prove that software is correct, which represents second level of maturity. These are what my references. Thank you.